Cats may be the masters of the subtle side-eye and the dramatic sigh, but as much as they pretend to tolerate us with resigned nobility, even the most patient feline has limits. You might think you're the perfect pet parent, but certain innocent behaviors can get on your cat's nerves. Don't worry, you're not alone. We're all guilty of committing at least one of these offenses. Here's a lighthearted look at 8 everyday ways you might be annoying your cat without even realizing it. Over-petting and cuddling. We get it. Your cat is adorable. Their fur is impossibly soft, and the way they curl up in that perfect loaf shape is practically begging for a cuddle. But before you dive into a petting session or pull them into a bear hug, take a moment to read the room. Or rather, read the cat. While some cats enjoy affection in moderation, others have a strict no-touch policy after a few minutes. If you find yourself getting that sudden clawless bat or a death glare that could rival a grumpy celebrity caught in the rain, it's a sign that your cat has reached their cuddle limit. Cats are fiercely independent, and as much as they might enjoy the occasional head scratch, they like to set the rules of engagement. Think of them as that one friend who enjoys a polite hug hello, but recoils when the hug turns into a long, awkward squeeze. The solution? Keep an eye on your cat's body language. If they start to flick their tail, flatten their ears, or shift their weight, take the hint. You don't want to go from beloved human to, the clingy one in a matter of seconds. Loud noises and sudden movements. Have you ever vacuumed your house only to find your cat in the witness protection program under the couch? Or dropped a spoon and suddenly transformed your living room into a scene from a horror movie, complete with a feline sprint that would make Olympic runners jealous? Cats, despite their bold swagger and mysterious allure, are not big fans of loud noises or sudden movements. Your cat's life motto is peace and quiet, so when you shatter their zen with unexpected chaos, it's a one-way ticket to annoyed cat town. Loud music, slamming doors, or that one time you decided to belt out karaoke in your living room can all send your cat into a sulky tailspin. And if you're thinking, but my cat's seen me do this 100 times, it doesn't matter. To them, the vacuum cleaner is a roaring monster that has come to feast on tails. And your enthusiastic dance moves are nothing short of an earthquake. Want to keep the peace? Create a safe, quiet space where your cat can retreat whenever you're hosting a house party, vacuuming, or playing amateur drummer on the kitchen counter. Remember, cats may have 9 lives, but that doesn't mean they want them tested by your spontaneous karaoke concert. Unwanted pickups and forced lap time. Cats have an unspoken rule. They're allowed to jump on you whenever they please, but if you decide to pick them up without permission, prepare for a scene. It's like when you're in the middle of a nap and someone yanks your blanket off. Cats prefer to be the initiators of physical contact, and being scooped up out of nowhere can leave them feeling out of control and irritated. Sure, that might not stop you from picking them up and cradling them like a baby when they look particularly fluffy, but you'll soon find out if they're not in the mood when they wriggle, squirm, or channel their inner escape artist. Even cats that generally like to snuggle have days when they'd rather just be admired from afar. The key is to be respectful of their space. Watch for signs that they're okay with being held, like rubbing against your leg or jumping onto your lap. If they look at you like you've just insulted their ancestors the moment you try to lift them, it's time to put them down and back away slowly. Trust us, they'll come to you when they're ready. And when they do, act like it was all their idea in the first place. Ignoring their territory. Cats are territorial creatures with strict, sometimes baffling preferences. Your chair, your laptop, or even the spot on the couch that catches the best sunbeam, these are not your possessions. They are your cat's kingdom. So when you make the mistake of sitting in their favorite spot, you're not just being annoying, you're committing treason. Picture it. You get comfortable on the couch with a cup of tea and a book, only to see your cat staring at you from across the room, with the kind of intensity that suggests they're plotting your untimely demise. You've crossed the line. That spot is their sun-warmed throne, their sacred domain, where they plan world domination. Or just nap, who's to say? To avoid the silent, judgmental rage of your cat, it's best to know which spots they've claimed as their own and tread lightly. This also extends to their other territory markers. If you've moved their scratching post, cleaned their bed, or reorganized their favorite window ledge, you're bound to get some cat side-eye. They like things a certain way, and if you change their kingdom without their consent, expect a furry protest. Ignoring their cues. Cats are excellent communicators even if their methods are subtle. The problem? Humans aren't always the best listeners. Maybe you've missed the clear signs that your cat is ready to stop playing, or perhaps you think the tail flick is just them dancing, when really it's the cat version of rolling their eyes. Ignoring your cat's cues can turn your playful, content kitty into a furry ball of sass faster than you can say, "Who's a good kitty?" Cats have their own ways of saying enough or leave me alone, but these signals can be easy to miss if you're not paying attention. A rapidly flicking tail, flattened ears, or dilated pupils are all signs that your cat is done with whatever activity you're subjecting them to, whether it's playtime, petting, or an impromptu photo session. So what's the solution? Pay attention to their body language and respond accordingly. If you notice your cat's tail swishing like a metronome on fast forward, or their ears doing an impressive vanishing act against their head, it's time to back off and give them space. You might think, but they were purring a second ago. Yes, and that second is now over, my friend. Welcome to the fast-paced world of cat moods, interrupting their me time. Cats are known for their moments of solitary contemplation, whether they're staring out the window as if deep in philosophical thought, grooming themselves to perfection, or simply loafing in that perfect cat shape. These moments are sacred, and here you come, waltzing in with your hands flailing and your high-pitched voice, ready to engage in playtime or show them a funny video. To your cat, this is the ultimate mood killer. Picture yourself in the middle of a luxurious bubble bath, and suddenly someone bursts in asking if you'd like to discuss the weather. That's how your cat feels when you disrupt their precious alone time. The solution? Respect the pause. Cats need their moments of solitude to recharge their little furry batteries. If you see them zoning out, looking at the world with their half-closed eyes, it's best to tiptoe away and let them be. They'll come find you when they're ready for interaction. Just think of them as introverts with whiskers, changing their routine. If there's one thing cats love more than catnip, it's routine. Your cat knows when breakfast should be served, when the mail carrier drops off those intriguing packages, and exactly when you come home from work. And heaven help you if you disrupt that schedule. Change in any form is a sworn enemy of cats everywhere. Move dinner time by an hour? Expect to be serenaded by a chorus of impatient meows. Rearrange your furniture? Cue the wide-eyed expression of utter betrayal. Cats are creatures of habit, and when their routine gets thrown off, so does their mood. This might mean extra zoomies at 3 a.m. as a form of protest, or ignoring you for a day because you dared to change their usual feeding time. Did you forget I exist, human? Because I didn't forget that you're late. To keep the peace, try to stick to a predictable schedule for feeding, playtime, and other activities your cat enjoys. If you need to make changes, ease them into it gradually. Your cat may never thank you outright. Where would be the fun in that? But they'll show their appreciation in their own subtle ways, like not knocking over your glass of water when you least expect it. Too many unwanted visitors. While some cats are social butterflies who will climb into a stranger's lap without hesitation, others have a different mantra. Stranger danger? Stay away. If your cat is the type that bolts under the bed at the sound of the doorbell, then having a constant stream of guests can make them feel like they're living in a frat house. Even well-meaning friends who just want to say hello or see how fluffy they are can be enough to make your cat consider moving into the neighbor's garage. Too many visitors or unexpected house guests can disrupt your cat's sense of territory and safety. If your cat is more of a wallflower, they need their space and time to warm up to the idea of new people. Constantly exposing them to unfamiliar faces can make them feel stressed or anxious, leading to a less than pleasant interaction where your guests get a view of your cat's disappearing tail rather than their cute face. The solution? If you're hosting friends or family, make sure your cat has a quiet, secluded spot to retreat to. Let your cat decide if and when they want to join the party. You might not get the cute cat show-off moment you were hoping for, but your cat will be grateful for the respect. And who knows, they might even surprise you by gracing the crowd with their aloof presence. On their terms, of course. While cats may not hold grudges like humans do, they certainly appreciate a little consideration. Understanding what might annoy your cat can strengthen your bond and save you from future cold shoulders, or in cat terms, indifferent tail flicks and pointed yawns. So the next time you're tempted to vacuum while blasting your favorite song, or scoop up your cat for an unsolicited cuddle, just remember, your cat might be watching you, judging you, and making a mental note to hide in the laundry basket later. Cats are the epitome of loving and complex creatures. Treat them with respect, and you'll be rewarded with a grudging acceptance and maybe, just maybe, a surprise headbutt or two.